A fourth-class municipality in Surigao del Sur, Gawad, a town of 11 barangays, has advocated people's welfare through the institutionalization of various areas on disaster risk reduction and management, disaster prevention and mitigation, disaster preparedness, disaster response, and disaster rehabilitation and recovery towards building a disaster-resilient and climate change-adaptive communities. All of this has been sustained and championed under the administration of Gawad, Surigao del Sur, Municipal Mayor Engineer Gawad. Under his leadership, Gawad patterned its development agenda by placing the needs of his people as the center of his priorities. This has been manifested through his call for collective action, a whole-of-government approach that addresses each and every need of a Kagwaitnon who believes in his unique style of leadership and humble capacity to serve. As a first-termer local chief executive, Honorable Municipal Mayor Gawad efforts on disaster risk reduction and management has positioned Gawad in the limelight of success. On disaster prevention and mitigation, through the conduct and updating of climate and disaster risk assessment or CDRA using the Risk AR5 tool, which results the interaction to vulnerability, exposure, and hazards, Gawad has initiated risk assessment of all its exposed elements at risk, such as population, natural resource-based production, critical point facilities, urban-based area, and lifeline facilities. This has been strengthened through the presence of risk profile that has been incorporated in the contingency plan, generated and updated digitized GIS maps such as multi-hazard maps, vulnerability maps, susceptibility maps, and capacity maps. In his first term as municipal mayor, Mayor Gawad focused his efforts to ensure that the MDRRMC is in place and that all major DRRM plans are updated. This has been manifested through the presence of approved DRRM-related plans and budget, such as the updated 6-year MDRRM plan for CY 2023 to 2029, updated CDBRRM plan of 11 barangays with approved CDBRRMP for CY 2024 to 2027, updated contingency plan for tropical cyclone, flood, landslide, earthquake, and emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases for COVID, updated the local climate change action plan for CY 2023 to 2032, approved public service continuity plan as well as updating the CLUP and CDP using the CDRA tool. Through the solid support of the Sangguniang Bayan members through the leadership of the Honorable Municipal Vice Mayor Melchi C. Toscano, the local council has passed an ordinance on Community-Based Early Warning System Ordinance No. 10, Series of 2017, or an ordinance institutionalizing the multi-hazards early warning system of the municipality. The council has also approved and adopted the Standard Operating Procedures or Manual with laymanized and localized multi-hazard early warning system, such as information and communication flow and warning dissemination flow. Gawad continues to use the traditional indigenous means of monitoring and warning dissemination within rural communities for operationalization of the EWS, installed early warning signage and devices to 11 barangays, ensure the availability of contextualized, laymanized IEC materials, such as the information material on Luwas Kaba, and posted in the conspicuous places. Also passed an ordinance on Emergency Balde Ordinance No. 19 Series of 2017, or an ordinance requiring all households to have a preparedness kit or emergency balde. The municipality has also enacted local ordinances consistent with the requirements of RA 1012-1 and the Environmental Code and Policies. Initiated Basura Mo, Bigas Ko program. Due to emerging problem of solid waste management in the Philippines, most specifically the emerging problems of plastics in our community, this project is initiated to exchange 1 kilo of plastic to 1 kilo of rice. Collecting plastics in exchange to a 1 kilo of rice would benefit both the environment and the community. Created an infrastructure audit committee and their functions and regular conduct of infrastructure audit and continued updating of quarterly database that features critical point facilities and lifeline facilities. Despite his major successes, Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila honors the projects of his predecessor by supporting all infrastructure programs that are instrumental to disaster prevention and mitigation, such as the construction and establishment of a standard municipal evacuation center worth 32,103,617 pesos and 20 centavo, a legacy project of former Mayor Lilian U. Lusada CPA, supported and continued by Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila. Under his stewardship, Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila looks into the welfare of his own workforce by giving insurance to municipal and barangay responders, volunteers, and BDRRM committee members. The humility of a leader that Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila portrayed has catches the interest of his employees, which resulted to a more concrete support and commitment from among his co-government workers. On disaster preparedness, true to his mission of ensuring that the welfare of his people is the paramount interest of his administration, Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila continues to support the institutionalized DRRM office with corresponding budget and permanent staff to complement the MDRRM office organizational structure, and that the office is manned 24/7. Complementing his predecessor's appointment of a competent and dedicated LDRRM officer, salary grade 24, appointed competent and dedicated administration and training, salary grade 15, permanent driver, salary grade 5, and newly funded permanent position in operations and warning, salary grade 15, to carry out the mandate of the DRRM office. Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila's vision for Kagwait and for the Kagwaitnons have pushed him to continually support the created office that is mandated to ensuring that his people are protected, especially during times of calamities, emergencies, and threats of natural hazards. Under his administration, Kagwait has sustained the establishment of a functional MDRRMC, represented with accredited CSOs and private sector, established functional local DRRM Operation Center manned 24/7 that adheres to the MDRRMC standards and have an approved standard operating procedures and guidelines, and identified alternate EOC through the issuance of Memorandum Order 2023-01-06, availability of response equipment and emergency response and rescue vehicle, and organized community response team, and provided trainings, insurance, and PPEs in the barangay level and local level as specified under Executive Order Number 17 Series of 2022. Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila has given his employees and municipal officials the opportunity to attend relevant DRRM trainings, invested on capacity building to certify the readiness of his people to provide quick response in times of emergencies and disasters. In his administration, the municipality of Kagwait has created and organized 4 incident management team through the issuance of Executive Order Number 21 Series of 2022. The municipal officials and employees completed the ICS ladderized course training through enactment of Executive Order Number 14 Series of 2024, created and organized trained and competent 2 Ardena teams through Executive Order Number 28 Series of 2024. As previously reported, former Mayor Lilian U. Lusada has been recognized as well by the Office of Civil Defense as first mayor in the Philippines that has completed the ICS ladderized course and finished the All-Hazard Incident Management Team training. In his effort to sustain this milestone and as part of his commitment to serve, Mayor Glenn Go Batiancila has completed 2 ICS course and continues to commit to complete the said ladderized ICS course training. Furthermore, under his stewardship, the municipality of Kagwait has created and organized 3 teams on EOC management staffing who completed EOC management training course through the issuance of Executive Order Number 39 Series of 2022. Organized 2 teams on mental health and psychosocial support services provider who undergo MHPS training, created GIS team who completed enhancement GIS training, created Infrastructure Audit Committee who completed infrastructure audit training, promulgated under Executive Order No. 13 Series of 2022. Created Camp Coordination and Camp Management Team from 11 barangays who completed CCCM training through issuance of Executive Order No. 30 Series of 2022. Created Search and Emergency Response Team of Surigao Sur in municipal and barangay level who completed advanced BLS training and water search and rescue through the issuance of Executive Order No. 17 Series of 2022. Moreover, under his leadership, the locality has created Fire Brigade Volunteer Team in the municipal and barangay level who completed advanced training in fire suppression techniques, provision of training on CBDRRM to 11 barangays, training on contingency planning, training on 6-year MDRRM planning formulation, training on PSC planning formulation, training on evacuation management planning and business sector, which resulted to the creation of evacuation plan and guide in the respective business establishment as to their requirement in issuing business permit, and posted evacuation plan and guide to all business establishments and government facilities and offices. To ensure that the regular drills are conducted, the municipality of Gawad hosted the third quarter NSED as the regional ceremonial venue. Showcasing the third quarter NSED is the activation of the interoperability of response operation system, the EOC, IMT, and response clusters, and highlighted the activation and the operationalization of the approved Public Service Continuity Plan of LGU Gawad as the first local government unit in the country to activate the PSCP to test its effectiveness and efficiency according to the standards of the Office of Civil Defense Caraga Region. The PSCP ensures the continuity of agency's functions, operation, in case of disruptive events. Furthermore, the testing of PSCP also provides the procedures adaptive for implementation of continuous improvement of the LGU's public service delivery. The long and tedious preparation process resulted in a very satisfactory rating for both PSCP and NSED testing, depicting the hard work invested and demonstrated by the Municipal Council. Indeed, it is an opportune time to test the efficiency and usefulness of the preparedness, response, and recovery plans, systems, and policies of the local government unit, offices, communities, and schools, and to evaluate the effectiveness of the contingency plan on earthquake, as well as the public service continuity plan. The MDRRM office also facilitates the regular conduct of information dissemination and public awareness and development of localized IEC materials to 11 barangays on disaster preparedness. Highlighting the product of cooperation among government agencies, private sector, CSOs, and volunteer groups, the municipality of Gawad has forged partnership with the Department of Education as mental health and psychosocial support services provider. Forged MOA, specifying the role of school principals as camp managers, and forged MOA with schools as identified evacuation area, and the LGU alternate facility and Inc. MOA with volunteer groups that will be mobilized during emergencies and disaster. As his way of ensuring that his personnel are equipped with the necessary equipment as part of the LGU's preparedness measures, under the administration of Mayor Glengo Batiancila, LGU Gawad has purchased one unit pickup vehicle worth 1.5 million for use of the Rapid Damage Assessment and Needs Analysis Team. Purchased one unit emergency vehicle worth 3.4 million intended as transportation vehicle of evacuees and emergency response operation. Allocate funds for relocation project worth 3 million pesos every year, and institutionalize the assessment and evaluation of disaster-resilient barangay. On disaster response, to properly respond and manage the adverse effects of emergency and disaster, the municipality has strictly adhered to the interoperability of three systems on response operation, activation of Emergency Operations Center, Incident Management Team, and the response clusters. This serves as one of the inspirations of the establishment of Gawad's 24/7 Operations Center. To supplement this, Mayor Glenn Batiancila has supported and sustained the organized emergency response teams, response operational systems, procedures, protocols, and guidelines are in place and created a timely and effective response operation as well as a timely reporting system of emergency situation to appropriate higher authorities. As of this time, Kagwait has standby teams and readily standard operating procedures and guidelines that may be used as reference to raise and downgrade alert level status, establishment of a readily available operations critical preparedness actions, and other procedures to ensure efficient and effective preparedness and response actions as specified under MDRRMC Resolution Number 1 Series of 2019. This and many more are only a product of learning, and its application has been clearly manifested in the way the municipality of Kagwait respond to types of emergency and disaster situations. True as it can be, the knowledge that they have learned on training was practically implemented in the ground, especially when the province was hit by a magnitude 7.4 and 6.8 earthquake and tropical storm Kabayan. These disaster-related events were testament to LGU Kagwait's preparedness and response action. On disaster rehabilitation and recovery, following his predecessor's milestones, Mayor Glenn Batiancila's rehabilitation and recovery strategies are also anchored on Build Back Better principle. To name some of his predecessor's legacy programs, former Mayor Lilian Yu Lusada has authored the Bahay Nihan Project. This project led to the construction of houses to families with totally damaged houses caused by typhoon, flood, and earthquake. The implementation of this program has been continued and supported by Mayor Glenn Batiancila. Under his watch, Mayor Glenn Batiancila aims to not just build a house but a home for the homeless. Furthermore, another legacy program that has been continued by Mayor Glenn Batiancila is the relocation project for the people of Arangasa Island. The municipality of Kagwait has funded the project through its 5% MDRRM fund every year. Conferred by the Department of Interior and Local Government, the locality has also sourced out its additional fund worth 3 million pesos from the mentioned agency, a fruit of being an SGLG awardee municipality, a reflection of good governance and quality public service. Recognizing the life-changing impact of the project, a non-government organization named Nevada Bicycle Club has also donated worth 3 million pesos every year for 2 consecutive years to the local government unit of Kagwait to support the implementation of a legacy program. To ensure that this project will be properly sustained, LGU officials have decided to allocate 1 million pesos from the 5% MDRRM fund for the rehabilitation and recovery programs of the LGU every year. There are still many programs and projects that are left unsaid. The ones that have been mentioned are those that have significant contributions for Kagwait and for its people. Nevertheless, these achievements are far away ahead from people's expectation of a first-termer local chief executive, despite the numerous challenges that the local government unit has to face and address. The dedication to serve and the oath of office that Mayor Glenn Batiancila holistically imbibed are testament of his commitment to uplift the lives of his people, promote economic viability, address recurring disaster-related issues, all towards his direction of making Kagwait a happy place to live in. A first-termer mayor that he is, the milestones that the LGU has achieved under his watch keep inspiring Mayor Glenn Batiancila to work more and work better for the people of Kagwait. A testament of his well-rounded leadership is the proclamation by the Office of Civil Defense Caraga for the municipality of Kagwait as beyond compliant, garnering the highest 3 perfect scores in the regional level and being recognized by the Office of Civil Defense Caraga as recipient of Maharlika and Masinop Awards. Under Mayor Batiancila's administration, the municipality of Kagwait has been conferred by the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council as National Gawad Kalasag Seal Beyond Compliant Top 2 in Municipality category with the rating of 2.90. In his terms, we are government workers. We are here to serve and not be served. At all times, let us uphold the welfare and interest of the public. Together, we can achieve far better. Together, we can do so much. Let us dedicate our time in government in the service of others.
Let's make Kagwad a happy place to live!
Mabuhay ang Kagwad!